They're using the advertising boards to help people. Ingenuity. It's just so insane. I mean, you can literally, that's full of people over there. Isn't it? Yeah. What's going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with another video today, taking a look back at the Hillsborough disaster of 1989. Obviously, I've read up on the situation. I know all about the Hillsborough 96, the 94 who died on the day, and the 2 who died unfortunately later, and the many that were injured. And obviously, respect to the families and prayers, obviously. But it's one of those things where I think today we just want to take a look back and actually see what goes down, what went wrong, who is to blame. And well, I mean, we already know who's to blame. It's negligence from the people who are meant to be there to protect us. But I've never actually seen the Hillsborough disaster myself, and I feel like it's one of those things where it's one of the greatest tragedies in football history. And I thought, why not go back, not only in remembrance of the people who unfortunately lost their lives, and those that were injured and those that were there, but to also see what happened in real time, and the decision making and everything revolving around the situation. It must have just been transcendent. I mean, I cannot imagine being there even in that situation. So obviously, my respects, and if this feels sort of out of place, if this video is in bad taste, you guys can let me know down in the comments below. I have no problem in getting rid of it, but I just want to actually take a look back at one of the greatest, they're not greatest, one of the largest disasters in footballing history, and to pay my respects. So obviously, you guys gotta let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comments below, and let's get into it. You guys can find the full 27-minute video down in the description below. I think we're gonna only do about 10 to 12 minutes of it, but yeah, let's get into it.
And there are clearly a number of fans seriously injured. John Smith, the Liverpool chairman who witnessed the dreadful scenes at Heysel 4 years ago. I have to say that this was
so that's the stand where it took place. There are so many fans here, even the fans like that they've let into the field that have spilled onto the field. I feel like it's just gross negligence.
Was that one of the outside gates here was broken by the genuine, authentic ticket holders. There was a crush, people fell forward, and the devastating result you can see from that. There's total confusion down there. The police have brought in as many reinforcements as they can, and there is, without any question at all, serious injury to a lot of people. The referee...
essentially, so whoever, not only whoever, I guess not whoever built the stadium, but whoever let the non-ticket holding fans into the game to essentially like overcrowd that entire area. So not only are they beyond capacity, but the police that are supposed to be there to protect them, they stop fans, just said screw it, let everyone in the game.
20 minutes ago,
oh my gosh.
As every minute has gone by, because there are far more people hurt, it would appear, than seemed likely when the first overspill occurred. There has not been, to my knowledge, a loudspeaker announcement inside the ground about what the people on the pitch who are not hurt should be doing. But there's no question now that the problem was caused by non-ticket holders forcing their
non-ticket holding fans found their way through
a broken gate at the Leppings Lane end of this ground. And the FA Cup semi-final has been suspended in the most serious fashion. We're still trying to get an official comment from either the Football Association or one of the officials down at pitch level, and for the moment all we can do is report that it looks extremely serious, and one wouldn't wish to make comparisons.
They're using the advertising boards to help people. Ingenuity. It's just so insane. I mean, you can literally, that's full of people over there, isn't it? Yeah. But like, why are there this many people in a stadium in Sheffield?
Bright sunshine, but which is now being clouded by people running across the pitch with emergency stretchers, carrying injured fans away. And I have to say, from my position up here, it would appear serious injuries. There are more advertising hoardings being rushed across the field, because in the last 5 minutes...
round of applause. I mean, obviously the police and first responders should be there to help, but to the other fans who immediately went into thinking, we need to help these fans in any way we can, we need to stabilize their bodies. Obviously there could be spinal injuries, there could be anything, so they decided to use advertising boards to help them. That's amazing. That's amazing ingenuity at its finest. Like, that's incredibly smart. Whatever fans thought of that at the time, huge props.
which was occupied by Liverpool ticket holders, and as I said, they were thrown forward, pushed forward, shoved, or overstretched.
At what point would fans like realize like, oh, we're extremely overcrowded? We should probably, like, I guess there was nowhere for them to go. I think that's a huge issue.
More advertising hoardings are being torn from the Kop end of the ground, and other fans now are acting as stretcher bearers.
Like, the overcrowding was just that bad. Like, once the fans were in, they were stuck because other fans were crowding themselves in too, and it's just, that's where we get the gross negligence coming in.
I would say there are more people there than can be treated. This is Peter Robinson, the chief executive of Liverpool, who was one of the chief witnesses at the Heysel tragedy, and his expression just explains to you what a serious matter we could have on our hands now here at Hillsborough on one of the FA's showpiece occasions. And now more and more stretchers, or would-be stretchers, are being brought from all sides of the ground, from all the
these ingenious. It's absolutely ingenious to use the advertising signs to help like stretcher people out.
To some kind of first aid centre or treatment.
Are the Nottingham Forest fans still chanting? Is that what I'm hearing? Like, are they just chanting in the back still? I don't think they understand.
I understand there's still no official comment available from down below, although obviously we're chasing that. But I've got Jimmy Hill here with me, and I think it might be time to ask him for his observations on this very serious scene.
Well, it's tragic in every way. It is change really, because the awful thing, without any information coming out from a loudspeaker system, was
they just don't know. Like, it's one of those things where, as any tragedy goes, you just don't know what's happening. Like, you don't know. Because there's not enough information going around, you just know that people are hurt, and it's just a serious situation. The Nottingham Forest, I thought I could hear the Nottingham Forest fans chanting.
Understand the situation now.
Terrible. I mean, they probably don't know a single thing either. They probably have no clue what's going on either, but my God.
So thank goodness some common sense has come into the ground, and as you'll hear, there is an announcement there.
Wow.
That's Kenny Dalglish, who's coming out to try and calm down the situation. It's very difficult at a time like this to say that there have been fatalities, but I'm quite sure that we shall be extremely lucky if we end up at the end of the afternoon without anybody having died. But everything is being done by people here to restore the situation to some kind of sanity, and the good nature of people is coming out rather than the stupid side.
Yeah, so this angle is kind of very weird to look at, because like you can see just all of the people spread, taking the net down essentially to make more room for people.
And first aid people and ambulance men mingling with the police, trying to sort out what has now become a terribly serious scene. There was one moment a few seconds ago when a section of Nottingham Forest fans did taunt some Liverpool supporters who raced down the pitch.
So Nottingham Forest okay, so the police had to stop Liverpool fans from going to the Nottingham Forest section because Nottingham Forest fans were still just chanting. That's stupid. Why would they do that? They don't. It's because they don't know. Obviously,
that's what you're watching at the moment.
Hindsight is 2020.
I can say little more from up here, except that I do believe that
the Nottingham Forest fans should have been like escorted out. They should have actually told them like, "Hey, you guys got to go. This game's not continuing."
Well, John, I've been hearing the points of view of some of the Liverpool fans who've come past me over the last few minutes. I'm in the tunnel at the moment, and there are people in tears here, and people who don't understand the situation. There's been no violence as far as the Liverpool fans are concerned. They simply said they got the wrong end of the ground, that there were too many people given tickets for that end of the ground. And then furthermore, they say that the gates were opened, tickets were not inspected, and too many of their fans were allowed into the ground. There are grown men coming by me here in tears, exhausted.
So they're trying. Okay, this is kind of confusing by the police. Instead of like helping them or getting them to help other people, they've essentially just like stopped Liverpool fans from going towards Nottingham Forest's end. I think that's idiotic. Go help people. Just escort the Nottingham Forest. Like split that police force in half. Get the Nottingham Forest fans out. help people. Like, it's that simple. You stop any thought of violence by,
And you can hear them now. There have been a lot of people injured, and some are very, very concerned for their friends.
Thank you, Desmond. I've also got Jimmy Hill still with me up here on the television rostrum. Can you add anything to that, Jimmy?
Well, I was only going to say that what seems the worst feature of it now is that the Nottingham Forest fans packed at the other end of the ground have no idea of the serious nature of the situation. And because of that, they're behaving as if the match is going to begin any minute, and they're still wanting to do their chants for their team, which is inciting some of the Liverpool people and quite understandably upsetting them. But it's a misunderstanding that's responsible at the moment for what trouble there might be. It seems to have calmed down again. If only those fans at that end of the ground would know what had happened, I'm quite sure the whole atmosphere would change for the better.
Jimmy, I think we can get some more information down at pitch level, which is really where we must go now, and speak again to Desmond Lynham.
Thank you, John. I've got one or two of the fans with me who've just come out of that stand. Now,
this
exactly what
is just mad, you know. It's insane.
There's the tickets there.
Just sit, like, I guess this is exactly what I wanted to see in this video, is what exactly happened, like, what was the response, what was, like, the information that was going through people's minds at the time, like, what exactly do people do? Like, what happened?
And there's people dead there, lying on the floor. They put people into that ground there, that terrace in there, and they let them go in, and it was chock-a-block.
So these are two fans, yeah.
The police were forcing them, the police were trying to force them back into the crowd. And this ground was allocated for the FA Cup final because it could have dealt with any problems such as, and now it hasn't, and it's down to greed as far as I'm concerned.
Were people around you badly hurt?
Yeah, there's loads. There's people lying, even in the stands, there's people lying on the floor.
You had a little boy with you, didn't you?
Yeah,
he's all right.
He's okay. And my wife's there watching. The lad's okay.
I'll say who she is.
Marion. The lad's there, he's okay.
Right. Well, we can't speculate any more at the moment, gentlemen, because we don't know the absolute facts. Back to you, John, for the moment.
So they got to cut them off because they don't want them to essentially say anything else because they don't know any more facts. But the Liverpool fans obviously are probably shell-shocked at the moment.
Just making sure that none of the
they don't know what's going
on.
on.
Uninjured, transgress into the other half of the field. The scene would appear, in that sense, to have calmed slightly, but I can't stress enough the serious nature of what's happened at Hillsborough today. We have unfortunately witnessed a tragedy of some proportion. Quite what proportion we cannot yet obviously establish, but you've heard as much as we can tell you for the moment, and naturally we shall be reporting into Grandstand further the more we can clarify the very sad and serious events which have happened here.
It's really weird that Liverpool went on to win the FA Cup as well. It's not that it's weird in the sense that like they went on to like continue to do good in it. It's just that like it's to have this happen and then continue to have the FA Cup just blows my mind still.
The best laid crowd control plans can only go awry.
So crowd control is essentially what did this. Police failed exponentially to do their job to stop an overcrowding of fans, and it went awry. So this is one of those things where this is the end of the video. This is obviously, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, if this is your guys' first time as well actually looking at the Hillsborough disaster, what were your thoughts? And what was going through your mind that maybe I didn't bring up about the Hillsborough disaster as it happened? Yeah, I hope this video was not insensitive to anyone in any way. I hope it didn't show, I guess, too much. It obviously wasn't very graphic, but big shout out to the fans who thought about the advertising boards as stretchers. Big shout out to everyone who immediately pointed out that there were issues. And I guess with the developments that you can read online now, obviously the police were in gross negligence. Like they let the overcrowding happen. They let the fans who weren't ticket holders in, and it led to a catastrophe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. And I will see you guys on another video. If you guys actually have any of the videos you guys want me to look at, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll take a look at them. But respect to the Hillsborough 96, may they rest in peace. And obviously, I hope this never happens again. This is insanely negligent. But yeah, thank you guys once again, and peace.